mp40, go grab it. Alright, mp40 video coming at you live. I hit record early. It's already recording now. So, what should we get into first? Who actually makes it, or do you want to go through the history of the mp40? Mind you, this is a semi-auto, and I believe the original one is an open bolt. This is a closed bolt system, but very much the same firearm here.
Yes, and so this one fires from a closed bolt. The original is fired from an open bolt. It had like a telescoping firing pin, which it's like one of those like tube things where they progressively get larger, and that way like the mass of the bolt wasn't entirely like going together, and it made it so that way it was a lot lighter when you were recoiling, and when you went to shoot, you didn't have like this giant thing going ka-chunk forward.
Makes sense.
And it made it more
because
accurate.
like open bolt typically don't have the best reputation for accuracy, but this does have a fairly good reputation for accuracy, mind you, for pistol,
being an SMG.
For SMG, pistol caliber, yes.
Which this thing is fairly accurate. I mean, it's about as accurate as most pistols. It is made by GSG, which is German Sports Guns. And I got it for about $5.25 back in the day. So I really like it. I'm going to be putting a brace on it. Screw you, Biden. And
which a little side note, you haven't shot it because it's difficult to clean, right?
What?
It's difficult to clean.
So the way that it works is right there. You have that little C pin thing, and then you have that pin going through it, and you take off that little C-bit, drive out the pin, and then this lower part separates from this upper part, and then you pull out your bolt handle from right there.
Yep.
And then you take all the guts out, and then you clean it that way. And it's kind of somewhere between like if that was an AR pin,
yeah, just push.
Or it was like something that was like self-capturing, and then you could like push a button and then pull it through. That would be a lot nicer, but because you got to do all that, and I always have to use a tool to make sure that I don't like fling it across the room.
Makes sense.
It's
a little clip. Yeah.
You can't put it back together. So plus every time I take it off, it like mars the finish, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. But this thing is really cool, and I love shooting it.
It is.
And it would be really cool if we could have, I don't know, a stock on it.
Well, yeah.
And I really wish somebody would make an arm brace that folds under and looks like the regular stock, but it's an arm brace, and then you can, arm brace it up. But the magazines hold 32 rounds, just like the originals.
How much do the magazines cost, if you know offhand? I
do not. I think they're around like $32, weirdly enough.
That's not too bad, I guess.
I
hear you. I hear you.
It's like twice as much as a Glock mag, but like it's a specialty magazine, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's fairly accurate to originals. Like you have the lug, which was created so that way you could like put it onto the side of like a half track or something and not have to worry about it slipping inwards and then you're filling the inside with lead.
Gotcha, yeah.
Because that's kind of a hazardous. And it's got the hooded front sight. It's this.
You gonna bring it down for the camera? Yeah.
This muzzle device actually comes off. You push in this pin just like an AK, and then you can thread that off, put on muzzle brakes, suppressors, whatever you'd like. And the safety, there are two safeties. So you have, just like in the old OG days, you can take it back and lock it, which is all I ever do. I never bother with anything else. And it also has a bolt hold open feature. Just throwing that out there. So, that's kind of cool.
So now here's
and then the second safety is down here,
option,
which is that this is actually how you would take down an original, but it's the safety. So that's kind of neat.
So, would you pick this over a Thompson?
Yes. mp40 over Thompson, M1 Garand over Gewehr 43, Walther P38 over 1911, and just cause all the controversy. Let's see, what else can I get? The Owen is better than the Sten, but that isn't surprising.
Now, in closing, have they gone up in price? I don't know if you checked. 'Cause obviously you're not trying to buy two, but
they've kind of just disappeared from the market because most people were like, "Ah, yes, 9mm pistol thing. I shall buy that." But at the same time, they were kind of like more for like history buffs.
Yeah. I can see that.
And there are brace adapters, and that isn't really well known, and only a couple of people make them. I have gotten one. Brace is coming. We'll see how this does after that.
Very cool.
But I'm thinking it's going to become way more usable after I put on that nice brace.
Mind you, we are in April of 2021. Ammo prices have been crazy for at least a year. I could see them remaining crazy for at least another year. We still plan to shoot. I still suggest anyone out there, you should continue to, train, practice, all that for your own personal protection. I don't think these things are going away anytime soon. I know for a lot of people, like, finding ammo has been difficult. For 9, like, all the popular calibers have been difficult, but I do suggest shopping around, going to different stores locally. You can find normal pricing there. And that's just my closing thought. Very cool firearm here.
Which a lot of people like to try and grip it here, and that's an okay spot, but some people like try to do one of these, and that's not so great because then you accidentally drop your magazine.
That was the issue I was running into the range. Yeah. But that's just the first time I was shooting it, but little
everybody wants to be the fucking what's his name from Defiance, where he's got them and he just everybody wants to be a partisan. But how they were actually trained to grip was right here, right there, and then you just fire it like that, which that's pretty usable. Obviously a lot more intuitive if you actually have a stock, but when it's just a pistol, you kind of want to try and get out there and rest your hand on it. So which it does balance really well right there.
Which that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching.
Have a nice day.